Okay. So I just want to ask, because I'm totally confused on our signals. How are we? Oh, really? Oh, wow. I thought that was the 45-minute hand sign, and I was like, time's flying.
So you ran out of questions?
No. Oh, no, dear God, no. Know me better than that. I think one time I went and interviewed Mark for my book that's coming out that Mark is Storage, a big part of. Resale on Amazon. I went over after this thing they call the hackathon at Facebook, and the place was disgusting. There was like pizza on the floor. There were just a whole pile of weed bongos. It was just like, it was like a tornado had come through. And Mark was half asleep, and I kept the poor guy there for about 6 hours asking him questions. So I'm here today, you'll get all easy today. So according to Forbes, you are the youngest billionaire ever on their list.
See, we're just not that focused on stuff like that.
So obviously this is because the $15 million valuation, the famous $15 million valuation. Okay, I love Facebook. I use it all the time. But come on, you don't actually think the company's worth $15 billion at this point.
I just don't think we're thinking about that. Right? I mean,
so take us through what you were thinking about in doing that deal.
Well, what we're thinking about is, we want to get as little dilution as possible and raise money on the most favorable terms. But we're building this relationship with Microsoft, and we have this added relationship. We're doing several other things, and we want to buy a piece of the company. So we should discuss this, and this is what made sense. But I mean, as a company, what we're focused on is just not necessarily like all the financial information, right? So it's all the themes that we're talking about today, right? In terms of helping people communicate more efficiently, building this developer platform, helping people map out who their friends are in order to help them communicate very effectively. And in order to do that, the way that we've decided is going to be the most effective is for us to just go and build a business, right? Because that allows us to attract a lot of the most talented people and build this ecosystem, and that's how we think we're going to reach our goal.
Can I tell people about the books? What we were talking about last night? Oh, that embarrassed you.
Oh,
Up here?
Go for it.
Okay. Not that hard to run, though. So, one thing a lot of people don't know about Mark, and you still do this, right? So this is one of the first couple times I met him. I saw he has these sort of bound books that he painstakingly writes out, like everything he's thinking of and all his ideas for the site and where it's going. And if you actually go back and look at them over 4 years, 3 to 4,
Sure.
you can actually see everything of like how this is played out. And what I find fascinating about this is that first of all, you're a computer guy, you do this all longhand on paper. Second being that it's so many frequently startups just kind of bob and weave through things. And this sense of like this sort of vision that you've had all along. I mean, newsfeed was something that you saw. You wanted very early on. It wasn't just when people were on the site. You thought, oh, this would be a good way, right?
Sure, yeah.
Leslie Stahl moment. The point.
That's the question.
I'm getting to the question. So, the fact that we see the site and how it's evolved over the last couple of years, how much of that has been your original vision that you've been scrawling down in books, and how much of it really has been seeing how people use the site and reacting to it?
Well, I mean, a lot of it are really broad ideas, right? To make a decision that we're going to build this developer platform and that the majority of the applications that people are going to use aren't going to be ones that we've developed ourselves, but are ones that third parties and other people are building. And that's a really high-level concept, right? So I think that's been a pretty commonly held belief in the company for a long time. Far before we actually had enough people using Facebook to make it worth having a platform for it. So I think newsfeed is also, it seems like pretty good idea in theory, and a lot of but a lot of the stuff that actually gets built, there are a lot of details, right? I think people look at things like newsfeed and they say, oh, okay, maybe that was good, maybe that wasn't good, or platform, maybe that was good, maybe that wasn't good. But a lot of times, I think this might be a more pervasive cultural thing here. People chalk most of it up to the original idea, but the vast majority of the work that went into that wasn't done by me writing in a book. It was done by people at Facebook and you know, all the people who were there who were actually building these things, right? Who were working on it for weeks and months, right? So I think a lot of my job is just to help communicate what we're trying to do and help people focus. But I really wouldn't want to downplay the fact that it's all these other people who are actually doing all this work.
Right. Are there any of those sort of high-level directions, though, that you had written in these books that when the company got to that point, you were like, that's stupid, we're not doing that? Or is it all pretty much played out?
I don't know. Well, the part of the story that you left out is that I destroy the book.
Yes, he does destroy them. I was going to let you tell that part. He burns them.
I don't burn them. You made that up.
Who was sitting with us last night? Captain Holohan, are you in here? Did he not say last night he burns them?
Talk about something interesting.
All right. Okay. What do you want me to talk about, sir? It's your how much time do we have left? Well, let's just honor the dig style of community management and let them take over in a mob rule. I'll let you guys. You don't get to ask one. Oh, God.
Other than really rough interviews, what do you think is the single biggest obstacle Facebook faces?
I didn't hear. No, I think he's making fun of me.
No, he's making fun of me. All right, someone send me a message later of why exactly it was that I sucked so bad.
What is your email address?
Go ahead.
What was it? Sorry.
The question is, what is the biggest obstacle that Facebook faces in the coming future? Single biggest obstacle.
I think a lot of it is around, it's basically around building these systems and giving people control, while also building an easy product that gives people basic control over their information and privacy. I think that's an incredibly important just framework that we need to build for platform developers to be creating these applications and for people to be able to share the information that they want. So that's probably, in terms of the next year or so, that's going to be a huge thing that we're working on.
If I may ask, is this security, would you say, being the factor, or is it a loss of reputation?
Sorry.
Allowing us to kind of develop with Facebook.
I don't know. Fully understand.
You said that allowing us and allowing that platform for the users to come in and develop with Facebook would be an obstacle with Facebook. I'm wondering if that's a security worry, concern?
No, sorry, it's about privacy and trust.
Okay.
Right? The most important thing is for us to be able to give people control and build a framework through which application developers can give people control when they're using applications that weren't built by Facebook. Because the way that people are able to share so much information on Facebook is because they're able to control exactly who sees it. And if we can extend that to the application platform that we're building, then we think that can be a really valuable thing. But it's a necessary thing for us to do.
All right, down here. Left.